All right, traders, welcome on back here this Wednesday, I should say. Wednesday. Great to have all of us, though, back here inside our live trading room, though. Otherwise, I see Kathleen, Michael, Roberto. I saw Grant just before, Anna, Michael. I see Brian and Debbie here. Great to have all of us, though, back. Otherwise, let me get a quick sound check to begin. Make sure all of us got me here loud and clear. Clear the frog from my own throat. Great to have all of us, though, back. Lawrence, Bell, Fred, Kevin here, just our gold students, diamond level students I see here even just joining us so far. And with that said, we got the phase 3 class concluding here this afternoon. So I know we just posted the link a few minutes ago, but if you don't see it right up top, there you go. And we'll even post that as an alert, Rich, just because even if you're not inside our live trading room, if you're on social media, you can actually subscribe to our Telegram, which is more of our mobile service, our road service. If you're kind of on the go looking for our quick alerts or watch lists, well, we just post the link there even. So for Grant, for Debbie, for Phil, for Kevin, if you're a student gold level or higher, you have access. Make sure that you click the link. So without further ado, let's hop right into it here, because there's a few trades I'm in, a few trades that Fausto killed it on himself from earlier today. The MULN stock is still pushing up a little bit here. I think when I last spoke with him, let me get my chat box up here. Just mentioned from him. He had it in class earlier today, the phase 3 stock course. He was chirping all about it there actually here. He was in from 650. He sold it at 10. They got back in at 15 bucks. This is as of like 1:30 in the afternoon Eastern time, and he's still in. So, we're going to put this on our watch list. It's still building support really well, and we'll see if this can repeat pretty much what the MS or MCTR trade did yesterday afternoon, where it held support, and finally broke higher. So that's essentially what you're looking to see here this afternoon with the MULN. Now, not as easy as it really is to be said, though, because the order book's pretty empty. It's more of a category 5 stock, pretty much, it is category 5. So it's as volatile as we can kind of give it here for a trade. Just needs to break above resistance, not even off of these like chart little highs here, but pretty much off 25 bucks. 25 bucks as is would be a psychological level to work with here for the afternoon. So yeah, we'll put this on our list to begin, though. MULN. I always like to say, though, hey, if you did well on this trade, I'm very happy for you. And for anyone that didn't take this trade, if you didn't take it because you thought it was going to drop, it moved up faster than you thought it would, too volatile for you, I like to emphasize the clear point that you don't need, it's not a necessity to trade the shiny object in the room in order to make money, right? Like NVTS for reference here, I actually just got out on the second half of my trade just a little while ago here. It was like maybe like right before we started this meeting here. Is that like what, like 672? I got out on the second half because I'm in other trades. I want to focus on those. We're all human beings, folks. None of us here are the IBM supercomputer out there. It's tough to manage everything at once. But even this from earlier today, our trade on this was off of 615 right here from this level. This is not the shiny object in the room. This is like just a very strong moving stock, has great liquidity. A couple big iceberg orders, though, for right now. Pretty much at 7 bucks, you would assume. And even here at $6.90. $6.90. You got some big resistance showing there, just even off the TradeStation matrix. So there's 2 trades just right away. One's more of the shinier object in the room. The other, is very strong and doing just fine in its own right, but more tradable. Now, what we'll do, though, from here is kind of just make it brief, go across the gainers and losers side here. I did call out in a video looking for a squeeze up on NVIDIA, so I took the NVDL. I was looking for a bounce earlier today on MSTR. I'm still in on that trade. BBAI might be trying to wake up now, finally. That was kind of a slow crawler for a little while. So let's see what we got. The KWM here to begin. Bitcoin stock now. I guess this is a Bitcoin treasury related stock now. Is it going to make the same type of move that the ASST trade made back a few weeks ago? Stock's actually popping right now, believe it or not. Funny timing. I didn't even realize that. Going back to KWM, though, listen, it's trying to rev up a little bit here, but we're not too familiar with the stock. I think it has a decent float, but I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to come back to this trade by the end of this meeting. If it gets over the VWAP price, then I'll be more interested. This is why I got out on this trade earlier today, just beforehand. To Debbie, Phil, Brian, Leda, all of our members here, I wrote to you just a moment ago inside our live room. I said STSS here just taking too long to build support. I got out before with a small loss. It was like an 8-cent loss, 9-cent loss. Just move on, right? It was making lower highs. Maybe there was a chance for it to pop, but I'm sure happy I got out because it didn't really miss much. So we're kind of done with this here for the time being. HOTH, this is definitely more of a pop and drop stock just from the daily chart. You could see has a good spread today. It was just crawling up to make new highs before. I'll check it out at the end of this meeting here if it looks good. NA, MFI. We'll kind of just skim through now at this point, make things pretty simple. LVWR is one that we're at least more familiar with from the other day. Oh, and it's pushing higher highs. Yeah, it broke above that high from, what was it, Friday last week? Friday last week it was. All right. Just be careful. The order book could thin out a little bit here. We've known it to, but we'll put this on our watch list again. LVWR. My trader's dyslexia here. The W turns sideways into like an E. I kind of nickname it like Lover. LVWR, Lover. We'll put Lover here on our watch list. VVPR. Hey, this is also at the high of the day here. Order book also pretty thin. Just be careful of that. And not pushing higher highs on the daily chart, though. So having a good day today. Just if it had better volume, I'd likely put it on our list. But for now, we'll see if there's better. I know there's better because APLD is still near the high of the day. That's actually making a new high as we're talking. So this, if anything, goes on the top of our watch list. I didn't mention this just from earlier. The NVTS was the one I was more in. The APLD was just as good, though. I mean, even better percentage-wise, but just great liquidity on the order book. Higher float stock compared to like the small caps. You got big 112,000 share seller here at 1350. So really nice trade. Love this APLD. I like the NVTS. Lover, as we'll call it. Decent stock there. So just those three alone just give you reason to say this is not a necessity. If you want to make this a want and say, hey, I want to trade this because it's the shiny object in the room, be my guest. If you're more of a category 4 or 5 trader here, if you're someone who consistently makes, I'd probably say 500 a day, if not much more, or if not at least, profitable every single week of the month. And everyone has a losing day or two, don't get me wrong. But if you're someone here who locks up profits damn near every week, then you know who you are. Then you could be trading this. But it just goes to show you got LVWR, you got APLD, NVTS. So 3 trades just right away that are more liquid, more tradable. Number 4 could be this, ONDS, although this might be like almost too slow. This is a drone stock that we've done pretty damn well on from last year. Failed to hold support nicely where we were looking for it to. Maybe soon enough it will. And move back up there pretty much now at this point anyway. So, this might be a little too slow for our blood as a day trade today. Keep this in check, though, as a swing trade going forward. We've been talking about it inside our live trading room as such, but just even furthermore, more reassurance. The more that you see it up and up, making higher highs on the daily chart over time. What's this? NG? Nova Gold? All right. Not really too familiar with this one, which is why I find it interesting. So looking at the other gold-related sector stuff and ETFs here, none of these are looking that great. NG, Nova Gold. Not really familiar with it. We'll take it, though. Pushing back up towards historical level, pretty much around here. 478, 485-ish, kind of this area. Made a false breakout back in April. Going back up pretty nice. I like this trade here. We'll add it. PDYN, we are familiar with this trade here as well. So, interesting. This is in some thick consolidation here. Looks like it's trying to break out of it. Yeah, I like this here. Just pretty interesting daily chart, but also tradable. So, PDYN, come on down. The price is right. SBET, RevG. This was moving up nicely earlier, but order book a little thin, and yeah, pulled back afterwards, actually. So, all right, NVIDIA is doing good. NVIDIA trade's working out really well for us here inside our live trading room. Asset ASST, we talked about this just before, a little pop. It's holding support. So did the STSS until it broke. So, for right now, I'll pass on the ASST. RCAT, a little bit less volatile, so not as hectic, not as crazy. I wish it was closer to the high of the day here, roughly off 820. Maybe I'll pass on it for right now, but definitely good stock to keep your eyes on going forward on a day-to-day basis. The MEA is doing pretty nice here. I like this move. Higher highs just from yesterday, breaking out here pretty well up to $3. All right, this makes our list here for now. ASTS, AST Space Mobile stock. We've done very well on this. Been calling it out all afternoon so far. So with it near the highs, at the highs, kind of a no-brainer. My BBAI trade inching back down a little bit here, so I just got to keep my eyes on that for my own trade sake. But yeah, if it's not pushing back up to the HOD for right now, I'll pass there. I'll probably pass on the Soon stock too. I paired it with SOUN. RXRX. Damn, there is a lot, folks. That is up percentage-wise this afternoon, huh? I mean, number 50 is up 9 to 10% still, so just kind of skimming everything else here right now. We talked about the Bitcoin mining stocks. Normally, they're not good for the afternoon sessions, but we said they could be good swing trades going forward. So we talked about that with CLSK, with Riot, with IREN. HUT actually is another one to mention. They look good for the afternoon. I'm just telling you right now, like 1 out of 100 days, maybe even less, they will make that like larger, better pop. So they're good swing trades here. They will be as Bitcoin looks to make another big move back up here. But for right now, we'll see if there's anything else looking better. I mean, if you're trying to trade NVIDIA, then you could look at SOXL, which is the chip stock or chip sector ETF. It was AVGO today. AVGO crushed it. Oh, it came all the way back down, huh? Didn't even realize that. This took off right out the gate this morning. We were focused on that at least early on, but that peaked pretty quickly. The NVIDIA, we're looking for a good move up, at least from earlier, from the last hour, maybe even a little less. Calling it out off the push here from 41 and change, but we were looking for a move up higher to 42 soon enough. So just mentioning that to focus on the chip sector, look at this SOXL. I'll put this on our list here for the time being, just because it's more liquid, cheaper. Serve back down. All right. So for Brad, for Kathleen, for Steve, for Michael, for Phil, Debbie, etc. If you're inside our live trading room, just let me know if there's anything else that I'd missed that's like, on the gainer side, going up. Anything here from the loser side here, I'll just jump to next. Least surprising thing that I've seen today is MCTR back down, 48% drop. Big trees fall hard, folks. Not the first time that you've heard that, I'm sure, and it certainly applies to the stock market. ASAN. Was this Asana? Yeah, Asana. Interesting. Nice little drop off here. Let me even go further on the weekly. Pretty good support back from like mid 22 all the way into early 24. A couple of shakes, but it like cleared it here and it cleared it here, and now a larger break below it once again. Hey, if it keeps knocking on that door, it's going to completely blast through it. So no surprise today, once it cleared below both of those lines, it became a much better trade, like pretty much here, if you want to just say. But now at this point, yeah, it's in free fall. I like this as a short. Interesting. All right, so we'll add the Asana trade. Give me a moment here. You know what? Give me a second. My watch list here is all wigging out. Give me a moment. All right, there we go. All right, see if there's anything even looking better than this or as good. Pretty good short here right now. I'd probably assume 15 to be your next big support level. Just looking on the bid, looking on level 3, level 4. I mean, Weeble's down even more today. Is that the case? We talked about how bad of a swing trade that's been. And that's not an insult to Weeble, the company. I use Weeble as my options platform. But the chart speaks for itself. I guess it's trying to inch back up here today, like this afternoon, but this thing's been a sinking ship for a little while. So I saw the warrants down a little bit, but not much to this trade right now either way. All right, I'll tell you, not much that I see from the loser side. We just went over Tesla just before, TSLA, and it broke below a pretty big iceberg order earlier. I ended up getting stopped out on it. So is it going to, yeah, it's trying to sneak back up now. Ah, shucks. All right, well, I just got stopped out on a trade here. It looks like it's trying to move back up now without me, but hey, that's the ebbs and flows of trading, right? So be it. We're going to find a whole new list of other trades to work with here too, folks. Just I'd want to start and stick with our watch list here to begin, and then from there, right around like 3 o'clock, 3:15, we'll see if there's anything else moving out there, especially if you're joining us in class. For Grant, for Leda, for others I even see here, Marcella and Bob and Bill and Chuck and Phil and Debbie and all of us just here otherwise. That are gold, platinum, or diamond level students. Just make sure that you click the link to join class. I'll begin that coming up myself in about 20 or so minutes, 15, 20 minutes, shortly after 3 o'clock. All right. And then again, if you're interested in learning more about our curriculum, whether it be the advanced class here that I'm teaching, phase 3, or even the other classes that we provide, more phase 1 and phase 2 type classes, just talk to your education advisor. They're the intermediary between you and myself, you and Fausto. They'll be able to break down any questions regarding our curriculum. I don't have my PowerPoint up in front of me right now to even show on social media, as I sometimes do. But we conduct our classes live each and every month. They are recorded as well. So even if you're on the go, you don't need to be like in the live classes. But we're going to be teaching coming up this afternoon specifically. So especially with trading live this afternoon as well in front of you. So looking forward to it, folks. We'll see how these 3 trades work out so far, at least these 3 that I'm in. But otherwise, let's start and stick with what we got here, and we'll go from there. All right, folks, talk to you all soon.